Let's start with the
Yeah.
East because I know more about the East. What I don't know about you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. No, I'm good with the East.
so Atlanta, the one thing that happened before like last week's episode, Atlanta won 5-4 on penalties. I mean, that was kind of an ugly game if I remember correctly. But their next game was not ugly. The Miami Atlanta game was a fun one. Did you see that game?
I was watching that game. It was mostly all star studded,
I mean,
full stadium.
it's
It
that's
was like Miami's game to win.
it
So,
was, but they weren't. They had the lead for a hot minute, and then Atlanta tied right. Got it right
yep.
back, and that's when the talent that you have eventually like shines through. Oh my God, I wore this for a bit. I feel like I'm screaming. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so I mean, what's funny is like I feel like you're usually the guy who's like, if it's not the fire, forget it. I don't care. And I'm kind of more like MLS sicko. But it sounds like you did watch a few of these.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I needed my soccer fix, because I'm kind of getting into I'm getting my football fix. I needed my soccer fix. So, unfortunately, the Fire are such a great team that didn't make it to the playoffs. So, um, I have to set on watching other teams that I really don't like play. So, you guys know how I feel about Messi. You guys know how I feel about Miami, and and
Were you
all
rooting
that
for their
Gan Tam.
downfall?
I'm still rooting for a downfall. I really want I want this team to fall flat on their face, and then you know all
Why
the
is that?
alarm
Just
bells go
because you're
off.
sick of hearing about it, or do you actually think it's
I'm
like
I'm
bad for the
I'm sick.
league?
I I'm sick of hearing about Messi and company, and I get it. Like, if you're one of those fans that all they cares about the game and the fact that you might have been a Barcelona fanboy or Messi fanboy growing up, so this probably gets you excited. To me, it doesn't do anything. It's just another guy collecting a check to make goals, and I get it. There's a whole bunch of hype surrounding him. He's a World Cup winner,
But hasn't
but
the
they
hype
got
proven true? They set the record for points, and Messi played
no.
half the amount of the season because of injury, and still his stats were amongst the best of the league.
I'm kind of curious, how are they getting away with this, like, with this whole salary situation? Because you got 4 or 5 players that, in any other given team, they will probably be DP caliber players. Um,
Well, I mean
and
but that's the thing. Like, does certain like, let's be 1,000%. All right, look at the mirror. Does Sergio Busquets be out there getting hookers and blow and wasting all of his money? No. Sergio
no,
Busquets put his money in a money fund, money market.
most
He
market fun, and yeah.
he's looking at his 401k. He's caring about his dividend check. So like
So
he will take a lesser deal to go somewhere for a cool project, i.e. Miami winning
yeah,
everything.
yeah, no, I get it. I get it. When most of the time when soccer players retire or football players retire, they tend to go to one of those senior leagues to kind of get their soccer fix because they miss the game so much. And then in Busquets'
Well, but
case,
usually that's a
this is
payday. But when Messi is calling, it's more
well,
like a
Messi.
pay cut.
If Messi wants so and so, he's gonna get so and so. We have seen that already happen. So
Ooh, there's rumors of Neymar.
yeah, so it's you know what, it's I get it. You want to put butts on the seats and all that, and whatever. The only other league that I could think of that probably won't do something like this are probably like the Premier League. They they don't need the star-studded attraction. They could just do fine without it.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, eventually, like that's the whole point. If all the stars are in one place, that's where things shift. Like I mean,
yeah.
look. At one point, La Liga had Ronaldo and Messi and was considered the best
Yep.
league in the world. And we just talked
Yep.
last or 2 weeks ago. It's ranked fourth, behind Bundesliga and Italy. Like which is
Yep.
wild. But anyway, I guess that's enough beating the Miami dead horse. It's just
Yeah.
funny how
Yeah.
like I gotta say, like, I would like if the Fire were in this bracket, I would hope Messi's leg was like amputated. I would want the worst, right? But like the
You
fact
want a
that it's
college kid to break his legs on a
yeah,
sliding tackle?
exactly. Let's get that kid on 19 grand a
You-
year to
yeah,
go in and crunch Messi.
the 2022 15th pick overall.
The 15th pick in the Super Draft. Anyway,
There you
no,
go.
but I like seeing the history of it. So anyway, to stop
Yeah.
glazing.
Like I said,
Miami.
I get the hype. I get the hype. You know, I get it. But I learned a long time ago that it's much better to support your local club than throw money out at a club that you're never going to see in your life in person, maybe once or twice, if that,
I
unless
mean,
you move to.
that's why I'm a fan of MLS and not, really into the Premier League. Anyway, all right, like I said, let's move on. So Orlando took on the Clit. That's a throwback. Anyway,
Yep.
so Orlando. So I want you to know this. I have watched all of these games. I am that
I watched
level
the
of a
scoreline.
sicko. Orlando 2, Charlotte 0, which they deserved nothing from that game. They played like garbage. No. It was, which I know is a hot button word today, but god damn, man, they did not play well. It is
what it is. It's I wasn't expecting Orlando to lose that game.
No,
I think Orlando has enough experience in the playoffs to kind of navigate through the competition, and Charlotte is not a playoff regular team, so for them it's like
I don't believe in that Charlotte team. The Fire beat that, or wait, did we? Shit, no, we didn't. No,
maybe next year.
No, that's right. They embarrassed us. That's right. That game just no. And Cincinnati, I feel like Cincinnati was destroying New York. Unless I'm crazy, unless I forgot, unless it was so many days ago I forgot. But Cincinnati does get the win, 1-0. But I feel like they were due a few more. Did you watch this one?
Probably no. I saw the score line, and but yeah, I just saw the score line. Because I really don't care much for Cincinnati or NYFC. Besides, NYFC, their home stadium right now is in the middle of a World Series battleground. So,
well, aren't they about to lose tonight? Like it's Dodgers are up 3-0, right?
Oh, I guess that's all she wrote. Wait.
Usually,
no, they're tied 5-5.
Oh, there's some fight left in New York, and no one else cares. Anyway, yeah, I kind of was hoping for more out of NYCFC this season, but like it's the East. Not everyone can be amazing all at once.
Who was that cat that NYFC had that was really good, and he was with them for a few years? I don't know if he got sold off.
Oh, Castellanos. Tati Castellanos. Yeah, he got sold to I think they sold him to Turkey, and then he got moved to La Liga. He's leading the front line for somebody, or he did for a season and then got. Oh, see, you're hitting like the trivia in my brain. I know he went to La Liga and had a good year, running somebody's offense, but either he's still there or I'm thinking of someone else. Or else he like bounced to Mexico. Hold on. I gotta
feel
look
that,
it up. Tati Castellanos, and now the internet's gonna know I can't spell.
That NYFC. I just feel that NYFC team used to be a lot better back in the day, and right now they're just kind of treading water. So
they are treading water. That's because they are. That's like. I mean,
it just shows how bad our playoff system is. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, it's starting to come back to me. Cincy late had a breakaway that could have buried this game, and the dude didn't ended up missing the shot, which, good goaltending or bad strikers, who knows, right? It's the eternal question. Yeah. But now we're to the meat and potatoes of this. This is This is me in a game. This is the only other game in the East I really cared about. Hashtag fuck them kids went into Columbus and pulled out a victory, which I blew my mind. I watched this thing, and they were hanging on for dear life near the end. But the New York Red Bulls go march into Columbus and take the win. What say you, DPG? What say you?
I think this is funny, considering that we had Connor a few weeks ago, and the man was already talking about how they were going to beat Miami and everything. And
you're right. You're not wrong.
He was hyping himself up, and they lost to a very lackluster New York Red Bulls team. So it's just funny.
Well, isn't it like
honestly,
a plucky group of racists or whatever? Because didn't Van Zier say some shit? Then you got Culkin and
and then you got the deadbeat dad.
Yeah, hashtag fuck them kids.
So you got. So basically, the New York Red Bulls are like the MLS Marseille team. So
they're villains, dude. They're literally villains. Oh man, is this the only let's look at this. Orlando, Miami, Cincinnati, they're probably even if you go to penalty kicks, they're probably going to take care of business on the road, right? Is this the only game to go to 3 games, or the only series to go to 3 games, or does Columbus crumble in New York? Because Columbus has to go into New York. Well, Jersey,
yeah, exactly.
Into Harrison, New Jersey, and they have to come out with a victory.
So yeah, they just pretty much made things worse for themselves. So now they got to go to a away team, be the away team somewhere, go confront a very hostile New York crowd. And yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to find a way to win. I mean, if they squeeze one out, great. They'd bring it back to Columbus and finish it off. But right now the ball's on the Red Bulls court. No pun intended.
This could be the upset of the MLS playoffs.
The bracket breaker.
The bracket breaker. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of still feel like Columbus is gonna pull this out, but
I think so too.
But if New York wins, this just guarantees Miami's
gonna freaking win.
Because then, what you've got? So, let's look at this realistically. Miami is gonna beat Atlanta. Atlanta kind of didn't have any reason to beat Montreal. They're just it was literally the 2 same teams.
Yep.
They were, but so Miami's gonna beat Atlanta. They're gonna roll Orlando because Orlando's gonna win that as well, and then you're gonna get Cincinnati or Columbus, because I think if New York wins, Cincinnati rolls, and if Columbus wins, Columbus and Cincinnati, I think they'll beat each other up too much. They'll beat each other up too much, and Miami will just stroll.
I'm still kind of laughing a little bit because, again, Connor was here a couple of weeks ago, hyping this up, saying how Columbus is the better team than Miami, saying how Columbus is going to beat Miami and blah, 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 and how amazing Columbus is, and they just kind of fell flat on their faces against a 7th seed New York team. I mean, I would understand if it was a 4th or 3rd, but this is a team that barely kind of squeezed in that last guaranteed spot.
Last couple spots, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It boggles the mind. I watched the game and I was just like, Columbus, what the hell? I just kept waiting for them to lock in, and then at the end it got close because they hit the bar at some point, and they were pushing late.